Hello, everyone. This is Denise. Welcome to my channel, Denlo Speaks. I just want to extend to you a love-filled hello. Happy Saturday. Today happens to be Global Parents Day. And as such, I wanted to come to you today and talk about how to free yourself by forgiving your parents. This is a touchy subject for many of us, including myself. I have been in a situation as a child growing up that I needed to, as an adult, learn how to forgive my parents and move forward so that I can have a productive, loving, peaceful life. So, without further ado, I'd like to ask you to please like, share, and subscribe. And I'd like to share some of the things that I've learned on my road to forgiveness. So let's go. I know that some of us have lived childhoods that were crazy, sad, dangerous. You didn't know whether you would live or die. You weren't safe. Your parents weren't safe. And so that caused some trauma too. So many things that we have experienced at the hands of our parents. And now we are left as adults with unhealed trauma, unforgiveness, anger, depression. And so now is the time to try and do our best to get ourselves healed. So, who's with me? Because I'm here with you guys. Let's get healed together. No one taught our parents to parent well unless they've had pretty decent parents themselves. And even the good parents make regrettable decisions sometimes. Nobody's perfect. If you are one of the many that still hold on to negative feelings because of your parents, you're not alone. Some of us carry a lot of pain from our childhood, but you're not condemned to live a life burdened by resentment and anger. The pain that you still carry can be the biggest barrier to your happiness and success if you don't take control of it and free yourself from it. But here's the good news. You can let it go and move on, but it's your choice. Some of you may be asking, how am I supposed to just let this go and move on? It wasn't me. I didn't cause myself this pain. I didn't cause myself this harm. You're absolutely right. But I've learned, and I'm sure you've heard, that anything worth having is worth fighting for. So for me, freedom from unforgiveness and peace are both worth having. So I had to fight for it. And I'm glad I did, just like you'll be glad that you did. So let's talk about a few strategies that may help you to gain that same freedom and peace of mind. Number one, be concerned with the here and now. Maybe your dad didn't have a clue of how to deal with a teenager, but now he's a good listener, he gives great advice, and he's a friend. Or maybe your mom wasn't a very good mother, but she's redeemed herself by being an awesome grandmother. People and relationships evolve over time. So it's necessary to redefine relationships over time. The relationship with your parents is no different. Number two, use your childhood as a guide of what not to do. When I was growing up, my auntie mama, which means my auntie that raised me, did all kinds of stuff. And I decided when I was young that when I have kids, I'm never doing that. And I actually stuck by it. You can choose to do much better with your children. Keep the good stuff, get rid of the bad. Take comfort in the fact that your suffering will benefit your children. Number three, realize that some of them did the best that they could. Given your parents' upbringing, knowledge of parenting, personality, character, and all that other stuff that makes one person an individual person, they only working with what they got. There's no manual for parenting well. We all make mistakes. We all make bad decisions. But as a person who's been traumatized by parents, it's up to you to say, hmm, maybe I can extend a little grace in this area. They don't deserve no grace in that area. But maybe I can try to extend a little grace. You know why? Because this is all about you freeing yourself and not holding yourself hostage to what they've done to you. So remember, no one was taught how to parent. Everybody thinks that they did the best that they could. And then you got to remember there's that human tendency to believe that our own intentions were good. Sometimes you got to think, well, maybe they did the best that they could. They just made some mistakes along the way. Number 4, don't expect to gain any satisfaction by venting your anger. Yeah, you can cuss them out. Yeah, you can tell them where to go. Yeah, you can tell them how you feel about what they've done. But guess what? They're going to be like, where is this coming from? I did the best I could. I don't know what you're talking about. I did this, I did that, and I did that. What about what you did? A lot of times our parents forget the bad stuff that they did and they only remember the good things that they did. I'm thinking a lot of that forgetting about the bad things they did is just blocking it out and not wanting to be held accountable. Because some parents do remember the bad things that they've done. They just don't want to talk about it. They'll make attempts to shut you down and then they'll start deflecting. So it might be a conversation that goes nowhere and you're going to end up more frustrated. So save your energy. But if your relationship with your parent right now is going well and they don't want to have that conversation with you and you don't want to ruin the cohesiveness that you are experiencing now with them, then you're going to have to find another way to get your peace. Because sometimes when a parent is faced with reflecting on what they did as parents, there's a lot of guilt there. There's a lot of fear of losing the relationship that they have for you now. And you might just have to get your forgiveness another way. Even though your parents broke you, they can't fix you. That's up to you. So why destroy the present to deal with the past? That might not work out in your favor. Number 5, your parents' parenting flaws could very well be a result of what they were taught by their parents. Maybe their parents were bad parents and their parents were bad parents. How far back does the blame go? We are all products of our environment. Our first teachers are our parents. So if they taught us wrong, it's highly probable that they were taught wrong. But you can be the one to break the cycle of bad parenting and do differently. Just like I said earlier, I decided, oh, I'm not going to do that. Oh, I ain't doing that either. That's hypocritical. I'm not doing that. I'm not going to whip my kid for lying and then be a liar. I'm telling you, you guys know what I'm talking about. Some of y'all know y'all got whippings for lying, but your parents were liars themselves. Who did you learn it from? Mm-hmm. Yeah. Some of y'all know y'all got in trouble from being verbally combative, but your parents were verbally combative. So we are products of our environment. We learn what our parents teach us, but it's up to you to break the cycle. Number 6, somebody's going to be so upset with me, but please don't be upset with me. I'm asking you to not be upset with me because you need to really think about it. Stop blaming your current circumstances on the fact that your parents parented you bad. Because at this point in your adulthood, in your 30s, 40s, 50s, and 60s, you are now in control of your destiny. You now control your circumstances. Your circumstances are a result of your choices that you made to get you there. Your parents may have been awful parents, But that doesn't mean that you can use it as an excuse for the bad choices that you make today. Get it together. The past is over, and the past should not have influence over what you do today. If you are allowing your past to influence the way you act today, then you need to seek help and you need to break that cycle within yourself. Examine yourself. Ask, why am I doing this? Because my mama did this 35 years ago? At some point, you're going to have to realize that you are now an adult and now you are in control of your destiny. You are in control of your actions. You are in control of the path you take. Don't keep giving that stuff in the past credence for today. Stop doing that. Because if you keep blaming your parents for what you're doing today, you're going to continue to be stuck and you're going to be just like aunts and uncle who are still in their 60s and 70s left reeling from things that their mom did when they were growing up. And you will, by choice, stay stuck. You don't want to be stuck by choice. Come on now. Get it together. Come on, get yourself together. We got some stuff to do. We got work to do. We got a legacy to leave for our children and our grandchildren. And that should be a legacy of maturity, a legacy of emotional wholeness, the ability to smile and not be in depression, not be angry. You got to learn how to forgive. You got to forgive. You got to forgive. You got to forgive. Number 7, realize that you're only hurting yourself by not forgiving. Matthew 6, verses 14 and 15 basically says, and I'm paraphrasing, that if you forgive people, God will forgive you. If you don't forgive people, God will not forgive you. So why take a chance on being unforgiven by God because you want to hold on to your anger and your grudge and your unforgiveness against your parents? They ain't worth all that. They not they not worth all that. Don't take that chance. They not worth it. Remember, you're not doing them a favor by forgiving them. You're doing yourself a favor by forgiving them. You're not freeing them because you forgave them. You're freeing yourself. Number 8, seek help. Whatever that means to you, go ahead and do it. For me, it was counseling, it was prayer, it was getting into the Word of God, listening to what God had to tell me about who I am, and listening to Him tell me who He is for me. He healed my heart through His Word, and I've been holding on to Him ever since. I was having a conversation with one of my friends about the same subject, about the same topic, and she basically says, so, say I forgive my mother. I still don't understand why she parented the way she did. And I feel like she knew what she was doing. I feel like she knew better. And I told her, you will never understand. And she probably did know better. She knew what she was doing. But the bottom line is this: you have to free yourself. And you can't allow unforgiveness and your anger about how she did you to keep your peace under arrest. So I say that to you. Don't allow what they did to keep your peace under arrest. Honey, free your peace. Free your peace and move on with your life. Break the cycle. Yes, it's natural to want to punish people who have done you harm, but you're only hurting yourself by carrying grudges against your parents. They've caused you a lot of pain, a lot of damage. They have broken your heart, they have broken your spirit, but they can't put you back together. Do what you have to get healed so that you can go and live a full, loving, blessed, peaceful life. Take a deep breath. Fight to let it go. Because it's not easy to let it go. It's not easy to just let it go. You got to fight to do that. Just like you have to fight to change your eating habits. Just like you have to fight to get exercise every day. Just like you have to fight to get yourself through school. You have to fight to do your homework. You have to fight to do term papers. Anything that's worth having is worth fighting for. And your peace, you have to fight for that too. Fight to let it go. Leave the past in the past and focus on today. Thank you for joining me. This is Denise here at Denlo Speaks. If this has added any quality, any value to your life today on Global Parents Day, please like, share, and subscribe. I want you to succeed. Do the work, fight, forgive, because it frees yourself. You have a wonderful day. I'll see you soon. Bye.